Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with a rookie scouting portfolio. We're going to take a look at the difference between leverage and power, featuring wide receiver Bryan Edwards. He's at the bottom right here. He's 6'3", 220 pounds. He's a big dude. So usually you think of power when you think of a big wide receiver. Is he a powerful player? And certainly he does have strength, and we're going to showcase this. But we're going to show you the differences between leverage and power, and also how they work hand to hand. Oftentimes this is something that you'll see along the line with defense and offensive line, but with skill players, you still need to understand leverage and power, especially as a blocker and a ball carrier, even as a receiver getting off the line. You can see the bottom right here. And watch how he pushes this defender back right there. See how kind of forceful that push looks? On the surface, you look and you go, oh, that's power. He just shoved that guy away like that. And there's truth that, his size is probably helpful to get some of the effect of that shove. But a lot of this here is just leverage. The defender has his back turned to the sideline here, right there. And then you see, so that he's facing the the receiver inside. His chest is working diagonally across the field. And then the receiver turns into him and is in a straight up and down position where his hips, his ankles, his knees, and his shoulders are aligned. Look at the defensive back. His feet, ankles, and hips are aligned in a diagonal position downfield, and then his body is turned in opposite from that direction. So it's turned in a different way. So he has no real balance here. He's not in a balanced position. Bryan Edwards is in a balanced position, and he's also in a leverage position where he can get under the arm, so that defender really is going to be tipped off balance, because it's basically they're using that arm as a fulcrum to just kind of push under and shove off like that. So that's a leverage position. That's not a power position. So if someone looks at you and says they're evaluating a guy and they go, oh, he's strong, look how he shoved that guy back like that. Well, Steve Smith was a little guy and he was plenty strong, but he also understood leverage. This is a leverage position, not a power position. Let's take a look at a power position that works with a leverage. All right, this is an example of power and leverage working together. First of all, you get the catch right here. He's going to get wrapped. This is a tipped ball. He gets wrapped in the back. Now you're going to see a second defender wrap him high right here. Now I want you to notice something. The head is up, the back is straight. You're going to see a third defender come into the fray here, and he's going to get pushed back a yard. Now here he is. He's kind of high, but watch him dip low right here. Get his head up. See how the head's up? He's dipped low, and now the defenders are on his back, but his back is straight. Bryan Edwards is in a leverage position now. That gives him the advantage to be able to move forward and have the leverage to get yardage heading forward. And the only way he's going to do that now is with the benefit of power. Now you're going to see his legs, and he's got one leg, probably at about the 43 here, but we'll say he's at about the 44. He's going to gain about 2 yards on this play based on where the ball was to where it shows up. So you're looking at about 6 feet that he gains with 3 defenders putting weight on him and a fourth coming into the fray. But the reason he's able to keep his legs moving is because the back's flat due to the fact that the eyes and head are up. And then even at the end here where the fourth defender comes, watch him extend with the head up right there and go. Now you can say the defender kind of pulled his head up a little bit too, but that helped because he's keeping his legs moving, extending his body forward and getting the ball and getting his body out so that the ball can go forward. But this is a combination of leverage right here and strength with his legs to be able to push 3 defenders with this weight on them like that. So you can see the examples of leverage and strength on these 2 plays. Let's look at a third play where this happens, where you're going to see no leverage, and because he lacks leverage on the play, you're going to see him essentially get put down on the ground pretty quickly. It's right here on this blitz adjustment, okay? Corner blitz, catches the ball in space, squares up the defender. Defender is going to wrap him right here. Now he's got the right hand high up on the shoulder, and he's going to fly kind of over the top here and corral him. Now, why is the defender pulling over like this? You could say, is it really that strategic? Maybe, maybe not. But here's the thing. The reason it works, the reason the defender is going to get Bryan Edwards on the ground with this arm tackle and pulling him, one of the reasons, besides the fact that he's got his knee kind of back behind the legs here, that's difficult, but he's pulling down on the on the neck. And he's pulling the defender down by the neck. And he's now, because he's swinging over from the right side to the inside, you're going to see all the weight right there. His like 180 to 200 pounds, whatever, however big this corner is, pull down on the head. And when he pulls down on the head, the neck goes down, the head goes down, the eyes go down, and the back arcs. In the past example we showed, the back was flat with the head up, and he's able to toe. Well, you can't toe anybody when your head's down, the weight's down on the neck, and it's pulling the back into this bowed position. You're going to go flat to the ground. And that's exactly what happens. You see it with running backs all the time. Tevin Coleman was a great example of a really good athlete who didn't understand really how to finish plays early on in his career because he led with his head down. When you're a running back or a ball carrier and your head is down while you're trying to drive, your body's just going to go down right in front of it because your back's not in a good position to be able to extend, and you're not able to use your legs well. You can't use your legs in this position. And part of it is the defender has him in a wrapped up position pretty well here to get the head down like this. So it's not really the fault of Bryan Edwards. It's just showing you where someone's leverage can be robbed and how that happens. And the leverage point that where it robs you from being able to toe people is this one right here, head down, back arch. Let's wrap this up with a demonstration of power. And it's not a sexy demonstration here because it's really what you see mostly with a lot of wide receivers and ball carriers. And it's just pulling through wraps and bouncing off hits. Okay? Right here, this is a reach. Defender's not really able to grab him and hold on to him. So it's not really a power move to break that. I mean, if you can't break these reaches, you probably have some balance issues, or the reach is perfect in terms of the foot, so it alters your ability to stride and land on the balls of your feet, and you're thrown off balance. And you can see he kind of stumbles through that because that's what happens a bit, but he's able to pull away. And see how he gets hit right kind of in the backside here? When you're hit in the back like this, you're basically the weight, all the force of the weight is going into an area of your body that is one of the strongest areas of your body. I mean, your backside, you get hit like that there, and you're going to absorb a lot of that shock, and it's not going to really redefine your position when you get hit like that. And he's also spinning through it. Now, the ability to pull through that wrap right here, that's pretty good. And you can see if there were no other defenders forward, he'd probably keep running through that. And he had a nice drive phase look in terms of after the spin, shoulders down, legs up, knees up, pulls through, driving through. Then he's wrapped from behind by a pretty large man. Good wrap up there, and then wrapped high and pulled to the ground. So what you're seeing here in terms of power and leverage, oftentimes the smaller gains are the real examples of true strength and power, and usually coupled with some form of leverage. Yards after contact, when you're hit in an area like your backside, normally that defender's going to bounce off. Even if he's a fairly bigger defender, that often is going to happen. So hopefully these are things that can help you translate that when you see smaller receivers be able to make yards after contact, or where are they getting hit? Are they getting hit in the side of a leg, or are they getting hit in the backside where it's easy to absorb that? Are they being hit in a way where it's taking away their leverage and pulled down in a way where their leverage isn't available to access? Or are they knowing how to access their leverage and maximizing it, and then they can use their power? Hopefully some of these things help you out when you're looking at ball carriers and how they gain yardage and understanding the difference between leverage and power. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP bowling room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.